You have been told the universe is silent, but nobody has listened to enough of it to know. You have felt that silence yourself, on a clear night, far from any streetlight, looking straight up. The sky is enormous. It is beautiful, and it does not say anything back. That feeling arrives early. A child lies back in the grass, looks up, and understands for the first time how much room there is out there. It is one of the first big thoughts a person ever has. Here is what most people miss. That silence has never actually been measured. Astronomers have added up every serious radio search ever run. All of them. Decades of listening. The fraction of the sky it covers is so small that the people who calculated it reached for a swimming pool to describe it. So the real question is not whether anyone answered you. It is whether anyone has ever been standing close enough to the door to hear you knock. Start with the part that is not in doubt. Start with how many places there are. Almost all of the dread around this question comes from one sentence. Repeat it until it sounds like a result. We have been searching for decades and found nothing. The first half is true, the second half is true. What gets added silently on the end is the part that is not. That the searching was ever finished. It was not. It has barely begun. And once you know how little of the sky has actually been checked, the silence stops feeling like a verdict handed down about your place in the universe. It starts feeling like a room nobody has walked into yet. 30 years ago, the honest count of known planets in the universe was 8. The ones you learned in school, that was the whole list. Today, it is more than 6,200 confirmed, with thousands more waiting to be checked. Every single one of them was found inside one human lifetime. The strange part is what those numbers imply about everything nobody has found yet. Astronomers worked through the Kepler data and came out with an estimate. Something like a third to a half of sun-like stars may carry a small rocky planet at the right distance for liquid water. The uncertainty on that is wide enough that it has to be said out loud every time. But even the low end of that range means billions of small rocky worlds sitting at the right distance from their star for water to stay liquid on the surface. The same work put a distance on the nearest one. Roughly 20 light years around a star much like your sun. Hold out your hand and look at it for a moment. The light leaving that planet's sky right now will reach your eyes when a child born today has finished school. The places are there, which makes the quiet stranger, not gentler. So the addresses exist. Now the harder question. How many doors has anyone actually knocked on? The most thorough radio survey of its kind examined 1,327 nearby stars. It listened across billions of frequency channels. It stripped out every signal that turned out to be coming from Earth. And it found nothing at all. That is the honest result. It should be stated plainly. The dishonest part is what usually gets done with it next. Your galaxy holds more than 100 billion stars. Set that against 1,327. For every star anyone has listened to closely, there are around 75 million nobody has touched. A team of astronomers put a proper number on this. They mapped out the whole searchable space, every direction and every frequency, and every moment a signal could arrive. Then they worked out how much of it has been examined so far. Their comparison was a hot tub against all of Earth's oceans. So try it. Fill a hot tub with seawater. Search it carefully. Find no fish. Now conclude that the Atlantic, the Pacific, the Indian, the Southern, and the Arctic hold no fish at all. It is not a silent universe. It is an unopened one. A child knocks once on an enormous door and hears nothing back. That is not the same as an empty house. There was a moment, quite recently, when it looked like something had been heard. A planet called K218b appeared to show traces of a gas that on Earth is made almost entirely by living things. It was reported everywhere as the strongest hint yet. Then other teams took the same data apart. The signal did not hold. Several other molecules fit the measurements just as well, and the same gas has since been found on a comet and in the cold gas between stars, in places where nothing is alive and nothing ever was. Here is the part that is easy to miss. That is not a disappointment. It is not a failure. It is the whole thing working exactly as it should. Something looked promising. And instead of being defended, it was handed to other people who tried very hard to break it. And it broke. The checking won. Put your hand flat on your chest and notice how fast the wanting is. How much you would like the answer to be yes. Any real answer, whenever it arrives, will have to survive that. The listening is careful. It is also barely begun. Now the strangest part. The part that changes the shape of the question. You are silent too. Life has been on Earth for around 3.5 billion years. Layered rocks in Western Australia hold traces of it from 3.48 billion years ago. That is close to the earliest moment this planet could have held life at all. For almost that entire span, Earth broadcast nothing. No radio, no signal, no way for anyone, anywhere to know that this rock was crowded. That changed about a century ago, when this planet started leaking radio into space for the first time in its entire history. Squeeze all of it into a single year. Microbes appear in the first days of January. Every ocean, every forest, every animal that has ever lived fills the other 11.5 months. Your ability to send or hear a signal occupies the last second before midnight on the 31st of December. A child lying in the grass, waiting for the sky to answer, is standing inside that 1 second. It is the only second in the whole year when this planet had anything to say. The haunting part is the symmetry. If something out there had been listening for you across all that time, it would have had 1 second to catch you. 2 silences. The same kind of silence. Neither one is evidence of an empty room. So where does that leave the question? Honestly, open. Wider open than almost anyone assumes. We do not know whether life exists anywhere else. We do not know how likely it is to start. We do not know how long anything stays loud enough to be found. Those are real gaps, and the temptation everywhere is to quietly fill them with a guess, and then repeat the guess until it sounds like a finding. It is not that the answer is no. It is that the question has not been answered at all, and a question that has not been answered is not a closed door. It is an open one. For almost all of Earth's life, nobody here was listening. Tonight, somebody is. That somebody is you, and the sky is still wide open. If you want more videos like this, subscribe now. There is a lot more buried in the small questions about a very large universe.